Oh, sausage! The mailman's bin. Insane! Let's go have a look. This should be the stuff for today's mod review I ordered a few weeks back. Pretty sure if you're meant to push this button and... I'm gonna blame you for this, sausage. Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another Mod University with myself, Lewis. Hope you're all brilliant and very well as always. We have a new friend, and if anyone remembers the old Tech It series, then you're going to remember this guy. Say hello to Professor Sausage. Yes. Do you want to say something, Professor Sausage? That was so bad, Professor Sausage. Now come over and sit down and we're going to get involved in this mod. So today we're going to be checking out a bit of the More Explosives mod, which was created by Nikolai the Epic Genius. Now the reason I decided to cover this one, because it is a fairly older mod, is it has just been updated to 1.6.2, so I thought we'd check it out and have a gander at some of the changes and things and all the bits and bobs that have been happening. Now the first thing you're really going to have to get into some of the minor items first, which are going to be used to create some of the explosives you're going to be using. So you can see here in NEI, this is all the bits and bobs it adds, so it's a fairly decent amount of stuff. You do get an instruction book as well, which allows you to, you know, check out some of the stuff that you're going to be doing first. And it gives you a pretty good breakdown of all the items. So if you click on them, it will tell you about it, so plastic, such and such. So the two things you're going to need first are going to be these. So you're going to need oil, which you do by creating coal like this, and it will give you 5 bits of oil. You're going to need to be able to make plastic, which you do in 2 ways. So you can either use oil and slime balls, which give you 8, or you can use oil and sugar, which gives you 4. So obviously slime balls are the better one. You're going to be able to make some of this stuff, which is called heavy matter, which you create by putting 9 bits of obsidian like such, giving you 6. And you're going to need to make some of this stuff, which is rocket fuel, which is gunpowder and plastic. You're also going to need to be able to make uranium rods, but that's a little bit later on, and you do that by smelting heavy matter. Yeah, so that's how you do it. So here are some of the things we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at all the explosives. We're going to be checking out some of the rockets that it has to offer. We're going to be looking at some of the grenades that we've got involved. And there are also a few other things like blasting caps. We've got bazookas. We've got landmines. We've got radars. We've even got fuses and blasting caps. We've got some pretty funky things to check out. But I think first we're going to look at the explosives. So let's get involved. Alright, so this mod adds a pretty decent array of explosives that you can play with, and they definitely, you know, they definitely spice up Minecraft just a little bit. So we're going to go set some of these guys off and see how good they really are. Now, there's multiple ways to set these off. You can go the general flint and steel, you can apply a redstone signal, but it does add a couple of ways to do it, which are just a little bit more fun. And to do that, you can either use a fuse, or you can use yourself a blasting cap. So we're going to check out the fuses first, and we'll get into the blasting caps later on, because they're a little bit different than the regular fuse. Now, let's try out the C4 first. So the C4 explosive right here is made like this. So you use plastic and regular TNT. So it's one of the lesser of the explosives. So let's bring that back and set this guy off like this. And this will go ahead and we should see a bit of C4. There we go. So pretty decent explosion, pretty good radius, I think. We're gonna base it on the radius-o-meter. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say a very nice 3 out of 10 for blasting radius. Oh yeah. Next one up, we have the bundled C4, which is created using multiple C4 and some string. So let's give this a go. We'll try him down here. So let's pop him down. Let's throw down some fuses. And we're going to bring it back a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. So set this guy off and see how it goes. Should be a pretty decent one. Hit it up on the radius meter. Oh yeah. So this is going to aim. I'm going to go with... I'm going to say that's going to reach a 5 out of 10 on the radius meter. Oh yeah, throws out a pretty decent amount. I think we've got 9 bits of the C4 right there, so that was a pretty decent amount. So let's get moving on swiftly. Next up we have the lava bomb, which is made like this. So you use C4 explosives and netherrack. Yes, you do. So let's plonk him. I don't know, let's go round about here. Yeah, and once again, and we'll light the fuse. And see what we get. So I'm expecting maybe a little bit of lava. I don't really think there's going to be much on the radius scale, but that's still pretty decent. Check that out with all the lava-y things flying around everywhere. That is, I would move out of the way, pigs, if I was you. You're about to get burnt. Well, you're about to get a scalded tail, which no one likes a scalded tail. But there you go, that is the lava bomb. So next up we have the timed bomb. Now this one is actually pretty good, and it's a little bit different, so we're going to do it down here. Let's do it in the trees and see if we can get a decent blast score out of this one, a radius score. Now you throw it down and you right click on it and you get this, you get a time bomb. So obviously as it sounds, you can add a timer to it. So you can put it up to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you can add 10 minutes, you can even go 30 minutes if you really like, and that is pretty intense. We're going to go with 10 seconds, but once you click on it, you get this pretty good little UI come up here saying it's going to detonate soon. And if we just stand back, it should do its thing any second. I'm going to go with 3, 2, oh no, bit early. There we go. And I think that's going to get a radius meter of, I'm going to go with 5 out of 10. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. What a beast. Next up, we have the tunneling explosive. Now, this one is pretty cool, so we're going to do it down here. Now, you're going to use this, as it sounds, for all your tunneling needs. So if we pop it in here, you can see the red side is facing the rock. That's the side it's going to explode. Now, if we throw down some of this stuff, there we go, and we give it a little light. Oh, we need to light it round about here. Let's light it here. There we go. And we're going to do a little bit of tunneling, and this is by far a much funner way to tunnel. So it does that, and it actually drops all of the loot, which is pretty funky, so check that out. If there's any experience that's to be gained in there, it will actually drop the experience as well. So let's try and do another one here. Let's bring this down a little bit, and we'll light the fuse. And let's see if we get any ores this time, and see if we can get some experience from it. Maybe we'll get a little bit, hopefully. And it seems like this place is just made of cobblestone. There is nothing good down here, but if we had a little bit of coal, then it would drop a bit of the experience for us. Oh yeah. Next up, we have the big daddy. We have the nuclear explosive, which I think is going to get a radius scale of 10 out of 10. Oh, I hope it does. So let's give it a try and see what we get. I'm going to try it right over here because I want to keep it well away from this lava-y stuff, because that is definitely going to go, you know, falling down into that guy. So let's try it round here. Yeah. These sheep are probably not going to make it this time, but hey, it's alright. There we go. Let's see what we get. And I'm going to get nice and high for this one. If I don't get a 10 out of 10, I am not going to be impressed. Let's see what we get. And it's not going to break my computer, hopefully. I don't think so. Ooh. Is it done it? Is it blown up? I don't see nothing. Still sheep. I can still see sheep. They ain't moving. Something's happened. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a... That is a 10 out of 10 on the radius scale. Oh yeah. This mod has just provided itself a 10 out of 10. And there we go. Check that out. That is the nuclear explosive. Now that is quite the beast. Love it. Straight down to bedrock. Awesome times. Alright guys, so that is the explosives for this mod. Next up, I believe we're going to have a look at some grenades. So we'll be right back. So this mod adds a fairly decent amount of grenades. We get a couple in there, and we also get some pretty funky looking smoke grenades and flares. So this is the first one. This is going to be the flare, and to make one of these guys you need to use some glowstone and some gunpowder, giving you 6 of these amazing flares. And they do like to jump around, so let's give one of these a throw. And it looks amazing. Check that guy out. Literally just flies around everywhere. I don't think you can break them. Like, I've tried to break these before, it's mega hard, but they just bounce around like a boss. Check them out. Let's see if we can break one of these guys, because I've never actually tried. Let's jump down. And, oh my god, look inside there. It's like looking into the middle of the universe. Oh, oh there we go. It disappeared. You could have like a wicked game of volleyball with these guys. Next up, we have the bomb, which is just your regular bomb, I believe. There you go. Whoop. Whoop. Pretty funky times. Now we have the water bomb, and to do these, let's have a look at the bomb. We need iron and we need TNT, giving us 6 bombs. For the water bomb, we need paper and water buckets. And this guy is pretty funky, so if you throw him, it does actually make an explosion, but it's such a minor one. It's really, really small, but you get this really nice little bit of water flying out of there. You can try it on here. There you go. You can see it made a tiny little hole. Really nothing to be proud of, but, you know, it's pretty cool anyway. So I guess if you accidentally let off a lava bomb, you can chuck one of these over it and try and douse the flames. Yes. Next up, we have the grenades, these smoke grenades. So we have white smoke grenades, we have blue, we have green, we have red, we have yellow, and we have black. And check that out. How cool are these guys? And they'll just keep smoking away for some time. They actually last for absolutely ages. Now, to make these guys, all you do is you grab yourself some sugar, some gunpowder, and your dye of choice, giving you 6 of these. So obviously lapis for the blue, we have cactus green, we have red, rose red, we have yellow, which is going to be the dandelions, and the black is going to be a ink sac, and all of those guys giving you 6 of the assorted smoke grenades. Pretty funky stuff. Oh yeah. So the next thing up on the list that we're going to be checking out is going to be some missiles. Sounds like a bomb. I'll be right back. So the game adds a nice amount of missiles that you can play with. We have the regular missile, we have the explosive, we have the anti-ballistic, we have the lava, and we have the nuclear missile. And the recipes for these are fairly simple. You just need the rocket fuel, which remember is the plastic and the gunpowder, and then you make it like this. So iron, TNT, and your rocket fuel. And this kind of goes the same for most of them. So the explosive is the same, but with bundled C4. The anti-ballistic, you actually need a radar for this one, and TNT, which is pretty funky. We have the lava missile, which looks like this, and we have the nuclear missile that looks a little bit like this. So let's go ahead and set one of these guys off. So once you pop it down like that, all you do is you right click and you get the missile X and Z coordinates to be able to use this. Now, Sausage has decided to join me for this one because, you know, we've had some problems with the house and it needs to be tidied up. So I thought what better to do than, how about we just start again by destroying the house? That sounds like a thing. And so he's joined me out here, you know, we've got the coordinates and we're going to see if it's really that good at hitting its target. So let's give it a try, shall we? So it is 233 in the X coordinates. Let's pop this guy in. There we go. And the Z coordinates is minus, and that's 140. Alrighty then. So let's see if this really is as good as it says. Let's launch this guy. There we go. And he's just going to fly up in the air. We get this wicked little particle effect for all of the smoke coming out of it. And he's going to go up, do his thing, and come back down. And this should make it easier for when it comes to cleaning the house next time. Because if we just get rid of it, then, you know, Sausage, it means that, you know, well, once it's gone, we can just rebuild it with bots like that. And you're quite the, you know, you're good at building stuff, right? I think that was a bullseye right there on that guy. Oh yeah, should we try another one and get it to do? So let's try the explosive fragment missile. So let's try it one more time. So X coordinate was 233 and the Z coordinate was minus 140. And launch. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Let's see this guy fly up in the air. Oh yeah. Now, while it's doing that, let me explain what the explosive diffuser is. Now, these missiles, when they're placed, cannot be removed by really any means of doing it. You can break the block below, it will not remove it. Even in creative, if I show you on here, I cannot get rid of this guy by breaking anything around it. The only way to do that, oh, here we go. Oh, that was amazing. Check that out. Oh, dude, I'm protecting you. Oh, that was pretty good actually, I quite enjoyed that. Flew them everywhere. So yes, this guy, the explosive diffuser, is made with a bit of iron and some redstone, and all you do is you walk up and you click your missile and ba-bam, ba-bam, it is gone. Yes, it is. Now the radar, let's have a gander at the radar. So the radar is made by using a blasting cap, some redstone and some iron. Now the reason for this is such, if we place down a missile, and we just take a little, you know, little run over here, and we bring up our radar, we're going to see that it actually shows on the radar, which is pretty cool. So if you're playing this with a bunch of guys and you're having like a little war and whatnot, and, oh, you just sit down for a sec, guy. Sit down for 2 seconds. There we go. Yep, that's better. If you're playing on a server with loads of guys, then the good thing about this is you're going to be able to find out where all their missiles are, so there's really no hiding from you. The only things that don't really show up are the explosives themselves, it's just the missiles, so yes, that is how we use that guy. So let's have a look at some of the last items in the mod. So we have the bazooka, which is made with iron and gunpowder. Now the bazooka is used to fire the explosives that you make. It doesn't really have its own specific fuel. You can use pretty much anything of these guys. So let's try the C4 explosive. So if we click and... oh! I think that hit a piece of grass. Oh! Let's try not to do that again. Yeah, so we can fire these guys off. Pretty funky. And this works with all of them, which is insane in the membrane. So we can even fire a lava bomb if we wanted to, I think. Let's try. Yeah! Check that guy out. Where did that go? Oh, it exploded in the air. That's insane. Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you're loving that, aren't you, Sausage? Sweet, so that is the bazooka. The next things we have are the landmines and the anti-personnel mines. So these guys are pretty cool. So we use TNT and pressure plates, and we use anti-personnel mines, which is landmines and arrows. So let's try this off first. So one landmine, and you might want to get over there for this one, Sausage, because it's going to go boom. Yeah, just chill here for 2 seconds. So all you do is walk over, and ba-bam, that guy blows up doing a fairly decent amount of damage. The anti-personnel mine, if we do this one, is ba-bam, ba-bam. Fires a ton of arrows. Yeah, that's what happens. Hence why you add all the arrows to it. Pretty cool, right? Now, I was playing with this before, and one thing that I thought was really awesome is if we dig a little bit of a mine down here, and we just kind of, you know, circle out a little bit like this. There we go. And we drop this guy down here. It looks amazing. So let's do this. Let's throw down the anti-personnel mine and check that out. That is so cool. So cool. So there you have it. There are the mines for that guy. Now the next things that we have on the list are going to be, we have blasting caps, so we'll look at those in a second. We have ourselves the Molotov cocktails, which are pretty cool. We have the deck cords, and we have anything else? We have the blasting caps themselves. Alright, so let's have a look at these. And we'll do this with some C4 explosives, so that way we don't go blowing up too much. We've already made quite a mess that I think Sausage is going to have a bit of a time cleaning up, but you know, he's super dog, he can do anything. So the Molotov cocktails you just throw, and they pretty much set stuff alight, as you would expect. Pretty funky, right? And you use oil again, and glass bottle and some paper. Remember, the oil is 5 bits of coal, giving you 5 bits of oil. Pretty funky, right? Now the next one is the det cord. So if we throw down the C4 and connect the detonation cord to it, this works a lot like the fuse, the difference being that it's activated by a redstone signal. So if we come out of the item subset and have a look at a lever, there we go, and pop this guy down here, and we do this. There you go. Pretty cool, right? Pretty funky. So that is the detonation cord. Now the blasting cap is actually a very cool item, and to do this you need C4 explosive, iron nuggets, and redstone to be able to do this. Now if we throw this guy down like this and we get ourselves a blasting cap detonator, and we click on the blasting cap, we can set it a number. So if we just put it as number 1 for the time being, and we put our blasting cap detonator as number 1 as well, and click detonate, it's gonna blow up. Pretty funky. Now the cool thing you can do with this is we can set off multiple explosives by doing this. So if I, for instance, put down some regular C4, a blasting cap right here, and we set, I don't know, let's put this to 1 again, like that, and we use our blasting cap detonator and set this to 1, and detonate, it's going to go ahead and detonate the explosive. Now bear in mind you can do this with multiple blasting caps. If I put one here, and we set all these guys to 1, there we go, there's that one, we'll do you. And we'll do you, and we come back and launch these at the same time. All 3 are going to go off at the same time, which is pretty good. So it means that you can set off multiple explosives all around the place and detonate them with the key of a stroke. And bear in mind you can change this up as well. So if we add this one as 1, like that, we add this guy as 2, and we had this guy over here as 3, we can go ahead and set them off individually. Now the chance that I was probably going to blow that one up, but we'll see. So is that one? Yep. Let's try number 2. And let's finish off with number 3. There we go. Pretty funky, right? Oh yeah. So that is that. That is pretty much it. That is pretty much most of the stuff in the mod pack, I believe. So we've looked at the det cord, we had the blasting cap, the Molotov, the C4, the blasting cap detonator, and all the parts here. Let's just double check to make sure there is nothing else that we've missed, to make sure we've covered everything in the mod pack. So we've had a look at the bombs, we've had a look at the grenades, we've checked out the bazooka, we've checked out the missiles, we've had a look at the radar, we've checked out all the cocktails and the mines, and all of the explosives. Pretty funky stuff, right? So there you have it. That is a bit of the more explosives mod by the amazing Nikolai, the epic genius, and I'm pretty sure Sausage approves of this mod. He does approve of this mod. Oh yeah. Alrighty, we're gonna go now. I have a lot of work to do, and Sausage at the minute, he has quite a bit of cleaning to do before, you know, he gets to play with any more explosives ever again. But in the meantime, it's gonna be fun. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, I'll see you soon for another episode. Have a good one, and goodbye.